Hey guys, this is Kevin, aka K-Man1, coming at you with the newest episode of Self-Sufficient Scape. I'm finally buying the Bandos armor because I've realized that crafting and divination training are going to be pretty cheap, so I don't need to worry too much about money. Cheap and or free in the case of divination. So I'm buying the Bandos armor, which is going to be a great upgrade to the rune armor, which I've been using for melee. So I'm just going to pull this out and alch it in a minute. But yeah, I wanted to update my melee equipment because there is a quest that I'm wanting to do that is probably a little bit overdue, not long overdue, because I have like just basically the exact requirements for it, but yeah, a little bit overdue. Anyways, I'll go ahead and show you what it is once I actually get into it. Alright, and the quest that I'm going to be completing today is the World Wakes, which has no actual I accidentally left it. It has no actual requirements, but it has some suggested requirements, which are basically just lore stuff, so I'm not concerned about it. Yeah, it is there's no requirements, but you should have a decently high combat level because there's some pretty tough fights in this quest. Not too terribly bad, but harder than you could do on a new account, for sure. Anyways, once I'm done with the quest, I will show you the specific rewards that I was wanting. So I'm finishing up the World Wakes quest, and pretty massive lore story spoilers for RuneScape, but also this quest is like 3 years old at this point, so it's really your own fault if you're not up to date on the lore. Yeah, you get a lot of experience. You get new combat abilities. You get some cosmetic stuffs and some additional things which require you to complete the recommended prerequisite quests. But more importantly, it gives you a new place to turn in chronicle fragments for divination. Yes, I completed this quest just to make divination training easier. Does that make me crazy? That's for you to decide. But it's my decision, and my decision alone. Some people, they complete this quest for the really good experience, or for whatever other reasons they may have, but for me, it's divination. I'm going to use these XP lamps and then show off some dank new divination training. So as it turns out, I am, in fact, a big dummy, and you don't actually need to finish the World Wakes in order to turn in all of the engrams. You need to finish it in order to do them after the first prestige. But yeah, that's 100,000 divination experience, puts me at 77 div. I'll include another link in the description to the memorial to Guthix, because I mentioned it a while ago, but it's become relevant again, so I'll go ahead and share a link there. But yeah, that's why I completed the World Wakes, so that I would be able to take advantage of this. I don't know what I'm going to use the additional buff that I can get, because I can actually pick 2 more right now. But whatever I decide, I'll probably just throw up on screen right now, because I don't know them off the top of my head, and I don't want to make that decision. Also, I should mention when I say prestiging, I mean you come up to the Fountain of Energy and right-click, and then pick Prestige, and then just go through the text options. There's no downside, it's only that you can, go to the next tier. Pretty cool stuff, and not that much XP, but that's not why you're doing it. You didn't really think that the whole episode was going to be devoted to divination, did you? I don't even like that skill. I mentioned a while ago, I can't tell you specifically when, that there is an AFK and free crafting method in Prifddinas, and that's this that I'm doing right now. The harps, where they are specifically, is right here on the map. And basically, you just click them to play them, and you will automatically you'll passively gain crafting experience for a while. And you can AFK for a pretty significant amount of time, but the problem is that you need to tune the harp every time it drops below 50%, or else you won't get this harmonic dust as often. And harmonic dust is used for making crystal equipment. Specifically, you need 4,000 of it for both the crystal pickaxe and crystal hatchet, both of which I would like to get eventually. And also, I think you need another 4,000 for the attuned crystal teleport seed, which is basically a crystal teleport seed that never runs out of charges. So very, very useful to get. But yeah, this is a very slow crafting training method. I've seen reports that rates are as low as 35,000 experience per hour. So, you know, use it at your own risk, but the big benefit is how AFKable it is. You really only need to click once every, like, 3 or 4 minutes, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's definitely not going to be the way that I get all the way to 80 crafting, because I've got, like, 500,000 plus experience till I get there. But I'll be sure to AFK it while I'm working on homework or editing a video or something, just because it's handy and it's free experience, and you get a useful resource that you can only get from this or from pickpocketing Ithil workers, which I don't want to do because pickpocketing is boring. Another good item popped up on the Traveling Merchant, which is the Slayer VIP coupon, which you can open for 1 to 7 Slayer VIP tickets. I was lucky and I managed to get 5. Once I hop out of this cache, it should be level 80 divination. Yeah, I didn't expect to be this dedicated to divination training, but honestly, this method is just like one of the best things to ever be added to this game. Also, I should give a shout out to the Friends Chat core hunting. They track one of the events that you can have here in the area, and it makes training significantly faster. Like, I got close to 200,000 experience in an hour thanks to it. So pretty good stuff. Something to keep in mind. In order to get those rates, you need to be very active, but, you know, if it's something that works for you, then I'd like to at least make that an option available. Anyways, now all that's left standing in my way of invention is crafting, which I have done a little bit more of the harps, but honestly, harps are just a pain, and I'm not that big a fan of them, so I think I'm just going to buy emeralds and cut those. I've got 4,000 in my bank right now, so I think I'm just going to buy them, and then once the buy limit is met, then I'll just play the waiting game. Also, I should mention that from the new divination method, you get these memory shards, which you can turn into a bunch of different stuff. I don't know what's technically, like, the best thing to use, but the thing I'm going to use them on is these Signs of the Porter. Basically, they can transport some stuff that you gather either through gathering skills or through killing monsters directly to your bank, and they're useful in some cases. The specific cases that I'm going to use them for, I'll get to when I get to them. I don't have a specific use in mind right now, but once I do come up with something, I'll go ahead and show you and let you know that's what I'm doing, just because I'm a nice guy like that. Cutting emeralds legit got me less than 4,000 experience away from the level, and I'm at buy limit right now, so I just bought some molten glass, and in the next 3 or 4, it should be the moment we've all been waiting for, 80 crafting, which now grants me access to invention. I'm not going to leave you hanging this time, like I did with Cryptonus, where I just kind of walked in and did whatever, but I am going to show you the invention tutorial, which in order to do that, you need to go to Falador, or whatever teleport you want to use. You basically need to get to the mining guild, and you run up over here. I'm gonna stop that from flashing real quick. Yeah, I can use invention. So you go up here towards the Dwarven Mine, but underneath the Dwarven Mine, there's the Invention Guild. And you just pop in and you talk to Doc, and he'll take you through all the different stuff that you gotta do. And he needs help with stuff, and in order to discover things, basically you pick these things at random, and eventually you'll get the right combination that will let you move on to the next step. And basically how this step works is you put these in an order, and you need to then optimize the order. And the best trick I can give you to make this easy is to just switch stuff randomly until you get an improvement. So I just went from poor to satisfactory, and then I switch one, and now I'm at good, and I'm still at good. Basically, if a change that you make reduces your optimization, then that's a pretty good sign that you should undo it. I got excellent right there. The best that you can possibly do is perfect, which gives you basically 5 times experience. And basically for the tutorial, you're just doing this over and over again, so I don't feel it's overly necessary to show you all of it. But yeah, invention's cool, and I might show you a couple training methods once I'm done with the tutorial. So finishing the invention tutorial gets you to level 4 invention, which means that you can now augment items by using augmenters on usually tier 70 or above weapons, and then you can use those in combat, and they will gain experience, and once they've gained enough experience, you can disassemble them and get like a whole bunch of experience. Good thing to note is that augmenters are buyable on the Grand Exchange. They are very expensive, but I hate disassembling and finding materials and getting everything perfect, and usually it ends up costing not that much less than just buying them on the Grand Exchange. That's why the market rate is kind of what it is. So I'm just going to stick with it. But a really good way to get those early invention levels is to use augmenters on black salamanders, because they're very cheap weapons, and I'm going to take them to water fiends, and 2 weapons to level 5 will get you to level 20 invention, at which point you can unlock higher levels of augmentation, which will then in turn give you more experience. You kind of see where this is going. Higher leveled skills give you more experience, or better experience rates. Anyways, I'm going to take these down to water fiends and see what kind of damage I can do. I'm here at water fiends. I just finished up killing all of them to get both of these to level 5, and I'm going to disassemble them in a second, but I do want to draw attention to, I mentioned how good water fiends are for Crimson Charms. I have a garbage gear setup. It is Royal Dragonhide, Slayer Helm, pretty bad jewelry, Ava's Accumulator, and I still managed to get 238 Crimson Charms in just under an hour. You can get really good charm rates here, like easily in excess of 300, 400, even 500 with maxed gear setups. So just when I say the water fiends are really good for charms, that's what I mean. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and drag these over to the disassemble button, and 91,000 experience. Gonna go ahead and do that again, and another 91,000, and that gets me to level 26. I thought it got me to level 20, but apparently it gets me to 26. I have a lot of stuff to research and discover and all that stuff, but I'm feeling pretty good about this. I am now, as per my arbitrary delineation of what makes an account a main versus an alt, I am now a main account. And I have to say, it feels pretty dang good. Also, base 20s, incidentally. Invention was the only skill that I had below 10. As for goals for the future, I'll nail them down and have them for you in the next episode, but for now, I just want to enjoy the achievements that I've made. So, I will go ahead and say, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I guess I'll see you in the next video.